morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at your midday livestock trade. And joining me today is Ross Baldwin with agmarket.net. And Ross, looks like we're having another positive day here across our cattle complex. Tell me a little bit about what's influencing our market today.
Hey, Lacey, yeah, another really strong day across the cattle markets, and we've seen this huge recovery off of the recent lows. Large driver really across it has been the cash markets this week and the live cattle market. Cash trade up here in the north, easily $8 to $10 higher versus last week, both live and dressed bids. So, I mean, it's been a very strong sign. And for the week, I mean, February live cattle are up almost $7. Right now, we're up 80 cents on the day. We've pulled off the highs a little bit, but all in all, it's been very constructive. Over in the feeder cattle, we're anywhere from $1 to $1.70 higher. And a large driver of that here this week on the feeder cattle market has been this recovery off of the lows, and cash feeders have just been screaming across the country in sale barns again. But there was yesterday another New World screwworm detection in Mexico, northern Mexico actually, which was only 120 miles from the U.S. border. That just continues to push that narrative that it's going to be a very slow reopening phase next year whenever that border does reopen. And it continues to push that back, you know, the reopening date. And over in the hog market, hogs are, I mean, a fairly quiet day, but they're anywhere from 30 cents higher on the December contract to a dollar higher on the deferreds. But the hog market technically remains in a strong uptrend. December hogs are above the 200-day moving average, which is around 81. And February hogs, they've got the 200-day just above them here at 83.50, I believe it is. So the hog market technically has got some hurdles ahead of it, but it remains in a strong uptrend as well.
Well, thank you, Ross. That is Ross Baldwin with agmarket.net with a look at your midday livestock trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
Oh, yeah! Here we go!
Did you just plant Pioneer Brand Z-Series soybeans again?
You bet your next level genetics I did. After last year's huge yields, why wouldn't I want to maximize that Z-Series momentum?
Right. How could I forget about that performance? It totally beat our expectations. Let's unleash some Z-Series on those acres. Come on!
Now you're talking. With that kind of ROI, why would we plant anything else?
Plant Z-Series soybeans in the 100th season of Pioneer. Visit pioneer.com/greatest yields.
Early mornings demand good coffee. That's why the Rural Radio Network created Good Life, Great Coffee. Our first blend is a breakfast blend built for long days, cold mornings, and folks who work with their hands. It's simple, it's strong, and it's made for rural Nebraska. Want to try it? Stop by our booth at the Nebraska Ag Expo, booth 1052. Pick up a bag and save on shipping. Good Life, Great Coffee.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network for a check of your markets. Grain futures are lower without much to give any kind of upside drive to the market today. We did see another sale of soybeans to China this morning, but traders are digesting the idea that there will not be 12 million metric tons sold to China by the end of the year, as we previously expected. According to the Trump administration, they will complete the pledge by February, but Brazilian soy prices in the January through March time slot are far cheaper than the U.S. still, and traders are becoming highly skeptical of the trade deal coming to fruition. Tuesday will bring us the next WASDE report, which will likely bring more bearish news for soybeans. Traders are expecting a small boost of nearly 20 million bushels to the U.S. soy carryout to 309 million bushels to account for the lagging export business. And cattle futures are holding on to their support here today. Slaughter data released yesterday showed new record highs in carcass weights. Fed steer weights are at 988 pounds and heifers at 897 pounds. Both are up 36 pounds from this time last year. March corn is down 2 1/4 at $4.45. May down 2 1/4 at $4.52 1/4. January soybeans down 10 at $11.09 1/2. March down 9 1/2 at $11.19 1/4. March Chicago wheat down 4 1/2 at $5.35 3/4. May down 4 1/4 at $5.43. March Kansas City wheat is down 2 1/4 at $5.31 3/4. May down 2 1/2 at $5.42 3/4. February live cattle are up 97 cents at $224.97. April up 62 at $225.80. January feeders are up 130 at $337.87. March down or up 202 at $331.75. February hogs are up 67 cents at $82.52. April up $1 at $86.77. Class 3 milk for January down 16 cents at $15.25 here on the Rural Radio Network.